So, hi everyone. Today, now we are going to see how to create the control charts, X bar chart and R chart. So, provided we do have all the required sample data, and these are just random values that I have taken based on using the rand function and then copy pasted the values alone. So, coming to the average part of it, to calculate the X bar chart, it is about plotting the averages and then see if there are any deviations in that particular values, something that is out of control, and we need to understand whether some attention is needed or not. So the simple way of doing is, first of all, to identify the average of it. So, the simple Excel function, average of all these things. Just copy paste the entire content. The same formula applies to all of them. So what we are doing is, at each level, we are finding the average of it. Now, we are going to find X double bar, which is average of average. X equal to average of all these values. It can be done either this way, or we can calculate the average of all these values. It is the same thing. The average is 540371. So the value is same, but we can do either way. Now comes the standard deviation. We need to identify the standard deviation of this one. And let us first, before that, let us identify what is the sample size. So I have taken totally 14. So the sample size, let me put somewhere. Sample size is 14. And for this one, we first identifying what is the standard deviation of this one. Equal to STD of these values. Okay, so STD is not double D. Since the sample size is less than 30, the standard deviation of the population is going to be standard deviation of this divided by square root of n into this divided by square root of the sample size. So this is one value. Why is this needed? This is helpful to identify what is the upper control limit and what is the lower control limit. So let me plot this value one more time over here. Just taking the values only without the formula, and X double bar also. I'm just taking only the values of it, and then UCL. Upper control limit is nothing but X double bar plus 3 sigma. So we are talking about 6 sigma over here. This one plus 3 into the standard deviation that we got over here. And lower control limit, LCL, is nothing but X double bar minus 3 into sigma. Again, I'm copy pasting these two values and then pasting only the values. And same thing continues. And these four values will become the input for our X bar chart. So highlight these values, insert graph. And I'm giving the access titles. So we can see that the average is over here, which is within the control limit. This is still fine. Looks like something is wrong with minus 3 sigma x bar minus 3 sigma. Yeah, this is fine. So we can see that everything is within these limits, but when it comes to the this particular point, the sample 3 is above the upper control limit. That means it is out of control and there is some attention that is needed. And this is about X bar chart average values. Now coming to the R chart. R is nothing but range. So with this range, we are going to identify what is the range within which the values lie. That is maximum of the sample minus minimum of the same sample. So we are considering what is the maximum value and what is the minimum value of the lot and then taking the difference of this one. And the same thing is applied for all of them. And then we are going to identify the average of ranges. So this is R bar, which is equivalent to average of this value. And for this also we need to identify what is UCL and LCL. And based on the sample size, there would be a multiplication factor that is given to us to calculate the UCL and LCL. I'm just taking the example. These are in industry standards. These are identified as D4 and D3. And D4, I'm just assuming over here, hypothetically, the value is 0.5 and the lower control limit. Okay, 1.2 upper control limit has to be above the average, and lower control limit, I'm just considering it as 0.75. These are just random values I'm taking, but these would be given to us. So UCL is going to be the average R bar multiplied by the D3, and this one is going to be R bar multiplied by D3. So I'm just copy pasting these three values over here, only values, and then expanding them so that we can draw the graph, no other intention. And with this value, insert a plot with the titles, and this is our R chart. So we are saying that there is what is the range of values that are applied on this one. So when it comes to the average of it, there is some out of control value, and when it comes to the ranges, we are still fine. But as I said, it all depends upon the D3 and D4 values, which provides UCL and LCL values. So these values become very important. In this case, I have taken some random values over here. So this is how X bar and R chart are taken. Thank you.